Okay, good morning. I think it's still morning. What do you know? Well, today I sort of did a test on this here CANIK. It's not the first time I've taken it out shooting, but it is the first time I took it out and really tried to go through the paces with it, okay? I guess for all you safety Sallies out there, yeah, it's empty. As are all the magazines empty because, like I said, I just came from the range. Now, what I was trying to do, here, let me move this belt. What I was trying to do is join the 20th century and come up with a go to gun that I would actually trust my life to. Now, this is a tough question for me. It is a really tough question. Uh, Let me see. This gun right here, this is my go-to rig. I did not shoot it today. There's no need to. As you can see, you know what it is. That's a 1911, and you can see it's well worn. I trained on this in the service, so yeah. Prior to when did they do their switch? 85. So you know I'm older than that, right? This is my go-to gun. It has never failed me. I have carried this gun since, my early 20s. Now, there's an issue with carrying a 1911, as you can see. Mags. I got two mags in each one of these things, and I was looking to join, as you can see, the 20th century, so to speak, with the striker fired, little Goldilocks guns here. Now, let me tell you something. This is the most accurate firearm that I own, that I personally actually have ever shot. And that's saying something. I own quite a few guns. Now, today was a serious day. I've been to the range with it. I've shot it a lot. I know it's accurate, but today was kind of like a run and gun for me. Let me see here. That was the very first magazine at 25 yards. Very first. All right. Now, I took my time and I aimed, and yeah, I know I'm not the best shot in the world, okay? Now, I followed that up with a draw and unload magazine. And that's what I came up with. Now, that's exceptional. All right. Then what I did was I moved back to which I can't remember how far it is. It's 38 yards. It's almost 40 yards, okay? And no, I took my time, and I've got a few that look like this. Then I started pouch dumping. Now that means everything I had, I shot as quick as I can at, let's give it 35 yards. It's a little bit farther. All right. Target. After target. After target. Target. Whoops. What did I do? Oh. There you are. All right. And yeah, I can sit here and do this for quite a while with those targets. It's absolutely, it's a blast to shoot. It's really, I mean, for a range gun, you absolutely, and keep in mind, I didn't mount a red dot. You can't do better than this CANIK. It's the CANIK METE SFX. I'm thinking about perhaps putting a compensator on it, but I was using just range ammo, okay, and I probably shot right at, I don't know, 1,000 rounds today. Just pretty much. And out of the 1,000 rounds, with just some good old 115 round ball range ammo, various manufacturers, I crowded the slide once with my finger, which caused a stovepipe. All right. Uh, but that's not the main issue. I had one other issue. I had a failure to eject. Now, it was close to the end of my shooting, okay? So I was probably getting close to 1,000 rounds when I had it. But I could look at the slide. The slide was pulled back just a little bit. And to clear it, I had to table bump it. All right. Now, I got dirt on there. Anyway, for me, yes, this is still my favorite range gun. Would I trust my life to it? Well, not particularly. There we go. When it comes down to it, that 1911 has absolutely never failed me. Now, my wife has had stovepipes, and my best friend, but he rides high on the slide with his finger over here all the time. And I think one of my sons had a stovepipe by riding the slide, okay? I noticed that I also had that probably a magazine problem. I had one of my magazines, which I did not mark. I had a failure to lock on last round. Now, the round that I had that stovepipe in was one that I had a failure to shoot on. So it could have been the round. All right. So, all in all, I mean, if you had to take this into battle or you had to rely on it for your life, yeah, you could, but would it ever replace this? I'm sorry, but the answer is no. I know it's old, it's heavy. I have to take a lot of magazines with me. I've learned to, in my life, I understand when I strap this on, I'm strapping weight on. It's accurate. This is probably a little bit more accurate. This is accurate enough, and it goes boom every time. In the, I guess maybe 3,500 rounds that I've put this, 2,500, no, about 35, I believe it is. I'll have to look at my book. I've had, like I said, I've had 3 stovepipes, one failure to eject that I could just rack the slide, it came right out. That same round I put in the bottom of another magazine, and when it got stuck in there to failure, I mean, it was stuck. I had to really hit it on a table to clear it. As far as comfort, recoil, maybe I just need to put a few more rounds into this thing. I will. It's a great gun. Would that ever replace this? For this old man, at least, no. I mean, everybody is out there. They all have everybody has their own opinions. But I've never had to beat the table with this gun to get it to come out. I've never had it failure to extract like that before. Now, this is an internal ejection, and this is external. All right, you can see it right here. Where are we at? Right there. I don't know, uh, you know, but that was my experience. But as far as accuracy, I'm not the best shot in the world. And if I can do that, someone who can really shoot it would probably do a lot better. Now, that whole magazine, when you buy these CANIKs, they give you all kinds of stuff. I've never, I put it on one time. Look, that magazine, well, it just, this is good enough for me. I don't need to put that on, right? But I mean, there's definite advantages to this. And look, I did shoot a lot of rounds in a short order. I mean, I didn't give it a rest. It was really hot, even back here. Racking the slide, it was very hot. I shot 5 magazines, I reloaded, I shot 5 more, and I just kept going. And so, yeah, that was my experience today. So after today, would this replace this as my go-to? No, it did not. And then I also took a couple of revolvers to the range, and yeah, they shoot like revolvers. Nothing really to brag about there. But yeah, I was quite surprised because I was really hoping that this would replace this, but the round count, believe it or not, I mean, I know these tactical guys. They get out there, they talk high rounds, they talk polymer this, polymer that. These guys live at the range, and if you like what they're preaching or if you don't like what they're preaching, a lot of them have more experience, probably in their 8 or 10 years, right, than I have in 60 some odd years. All right, I do go to the range a lot. I'm going to make an effort this summer to go back to the range more. And as far as carrying a weapon, though, I would venture to say that there's very few people out there that have more experience carrying a firearm day to day. Because I mean, I carry two firearms every day. I have, so yeah. I mean, I know what I like to carry. As far as an everyday carry gun, I'm an old guy. I kind of got away from carrying this. Uh, One other thing, while we're those guys from Mossad or whatever. Anyway, they said that dropping this on an empty chamber, in other words, that. According to them, I just killed a kitten. Do I recommend doing that all the time? No, I don't. I do it here and there, not very often, but have I ever seen it mess up a 1911? Not unless the 1911 has had work done to it, a trigger job and such, right? But I mean, I wouldn't make a habit of doing it, no. But like I said, with this, this is probably the best range gun I have. It's more accurate than, I mean, when you're sitting there with a handgun and you're sitting out there, let's say 35 yards, I know it's a little farther. I can't remember exactly how far it is at our gun club. But yeah, you're sitting out at 35 yards and hitting a target that small consistently when you're doing it fast is really hard to do. I will tell you the sights. I mean, I don't think I can. Yeah. Well, it's backwards. There you go. That sight picture is nice. But anyhow, that, my friends, is what I have discovered. So there's no replacing a tried, true, and tested firearm that has 4 wars under its belt. Sorry about that, but yeah, as far as my go-to, when shit hits the fan, and I'm talking without rule of law, absolutely this is what I'm gonna pick up. And another thing, these high capacity magazines here, what is this one? This one's 18 rounds, and then I've got 4 of these 20 rounds, 20 plus 1, whatever. Man, these are hard to load because I just loaded with my fingers. I didn't use a speed loader today because I was really wanting to test it. Loading 8 rounds in this is simple and easy. Doesn't hurt your thumb, doesn't give you any stress. But as far as range work, this is probably, I might invest some more money and get a better range belt made up for it. But, maybe it's not quite broken in yet. Can't see that. But even at that, the problems that I've had with it are very minimal at best. I only had one that really irritated me. The rest of them, like the stovepipe, and I mean, come on, it's range ammo. It's 115 grains, okay? So I think I had 3 stovepipes the time I've owned this firearm. But that failure to eject, okay? I had one that didn't go boom. And I picked it up and reloaded it. I thought it was ammo. But boy, the next time I put it through here, I put it in the bottom of my next magazine. I mean, I had to beat this thing on the table to get that round out of there. So if that's shame on me or what. But yeah, I mean, for a range gun, it's great. I'm already starting to show wear. You can see it up here. See it? Up there on the barrel. But anyway, this was fun. What did I spend on this? Like $600, and then these magazines. I think these magazines are 50 a piece. right? So all in all, I'm probably into this thing for, I don't know, maybe $1,000, right? And, let's not talk about this one. But anyway, everybody, that's what I found out. So God bless.